Hi there everyone, Craig here, and today we're going to be playing Would You Rather, a game I'm sure everyone is familiar with. Whether it was at the lunch table in middle school or at a bar today, you probably still, every once in a while, do Would You Rather situations with your friends. And I'm using a website, I believe it's either.io, which I'll link in the description if you'd like to play this game yourself. Or with friends. It can be entertaining, and people seem to enjoy the last one of these I did, which was Would You Press the Button, or Will You Press the Button? They seem to enjoy my thought process and hearing what I thought about the different options given, so figured I'd do it again here in Would You Rather. So let's get started with the first question, really classy question. Would you rather eat a chocolate-covered turd or eat a turd-covered chocolate? Neither are good. Those are both not the greatest situations. I love chocolate, but typically I avoid any chocolate that's been like anywhere near feces. But in this situation, because you have to choose, I mean, if you think about it, like think about a chocolate bar, like a Hershey's chocolate bar. If you then smeared crap all over it, the chocolate is still the majority in that equation. But if it's a piece of poop covered in chocolate, like fondue dipped, you're still biting into mushy turd, which is like a chocolate shell. So I'm gonna say eat turd-covered chocolate because you're still getting a lot of chocolate out of the deal. And thankfully, I'm in the majority. I'll say if I'm in the majority, I would say I'd get a point, but instead I'll just have a little counter. So which ones I'm in the majority, or how many I'm in the majority with, and how many I'm in the minority. So let's move on. Would you rather win an Oscar or win the Nobel Prize? If you win an Oscar, I think you'll get a lot more recognition in the mainstream if you win an Oscar, because the actors win Oscars. So if you win an Oscar, then you're probably like a movie star. Nobel Prize, though, you're doing it for like some grand accomplishment, like you're a scientist or something. So like, you get an award for being like for acting good, or you get an award for like changing the world. I'm gonna say Nobel Prize. I think that there's more humility in that. And either way, it's a grand accomplishment. Yeah, good. I have faith in humanity, again, that more people voted for that one. Would you rather drink only water and alcohol for the rest of your life, or drink anything other than alcohol for the rest of your life? I can live without alcohol, personally. I mean, it makes me fun, makes me loopy and silly, but you know, I don't really have it all that often to begin with. I'm more of a Coke, and also, energy drinks. This is probably less healthy than just downing whiskey every day, but I could live without alcohol, so that one's, yeah. Once again, I'm the majority. I'm a follower. Would you rather sprout a tail or sprout a horn? My immediate thought is like a unicorn, and then maybe I'd have magic powers, but I'm gonna assume not. They're just cosmetic. Tail would probably be a pain in the ass. Probably literally. You're gonna have something back there all the time. You have to cut holes in all your pants. But a horn, I couldn't really wear hats again. I don't really wear hats to begin with. I think a tail would be cuter. I think I could tell stories about the tail, or like wrap it around someone's leg to show affection. With a horn, though, you have to be careful. You could like stab people. So I think a tail would be a lot more fun. Depends on the tail. It's a monkey tail, lion tail, dog tail. I think I want a nice like curly pigtail. Easy to manage that way. Let's go with tail. Once again, yeah, I'm really good at not being an individual. Would you rather go to the dentist or watch women's sports? Those like have nothing to do with each other. I assume that they're implying that women's sports are painful to watch. I've never actually sat down and watched any. I mean, you know what? Years ago, I think I watched a billiard like trick shot competition with women, and that was actually really fun and cool. So if I could watch that, probably. It's always good to get your teeth checked, though. I went to the dentist not a couple days ago. Gonna have my wisdom teeth taken out in a couple months. That'll be fun. And that wasn't pleasant. It wasn't unbearable or anything. He stuck a lot of sharp things in my mouth, and there was blood. Like a lot of it. I'm gonna go with watch women's sports, because women, if they're good athletes, it's probably still gonna be a good match or an entertaining thing. I cannot get the minority opinion, but it's good to know that, me and most of the world get along. Would you rather be Zeus or be Poseidon? Zeus throws thunderbolts. Poseidon control water. not all, he's not like a water bender, right? They're not like, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm assuming I'd only have control over the sea. But that does effectively mean I'd have control of, like, the majority of the planet, because the majority of the planet's covered in water. So, I want power. It's the first time! Alright, me and all my water brethren. Salute. Would you rather watch a 24-hour marathon of Jersey Shore or Sex and the City? Both trash, both repetitive, neither one appeals to me. So, you either watch a bunch of idiots get into fights all the time and try to get laid, or you watch a bunch of idiots get in fights all the time and... I did not intend to do that parallel, but it actually works. They're pretty much the same show. I mean, if I could, maybe I could watch it with my mom. My mom watches Sex and the City, so, like, she could, like, tell me what's going on and all the character histories. Jersey Shore, though, I feel like I would just get angry and cringe a lot. I'd probably just cringe with Sex and the City, so let's go with that one. All right, that was, you know, pretty close. Again, basically the same show. So, coin flip on that one, pretty much. Would you rather not brush your teeth for a month or not shower for a month? I'm gonna go with teeth, despite the fact that I just went to the dentist, as I said before, and he specifically said I should brush more and use floss and stuff. Not showering. When I don't shower for a day, I feel gross. And there's always, like, mouthwash and floss. Like, you could still fight the cavity creeps without a brush. So, I'm gonna go with not brush. Yeah, and that's the right decision, world. Would you rather be better looking in person or be better looking in photos? I don't think I can take a good picture, personally, and when it comes to beauty, I think I'm average, you know. I'm pretty alright. I'm like a solid 6, maybe a 7 on a good day. But, you know, if you're better looking in person, I don't get many pictures taken of me normally. So... I'd rather just keep taking pictures of Puppy. I don't want to take pictures of myself. I'm not a selfie guy, so let's just better looking in person all around. Yeah, if you 37,000 people, you're the pretty ones. These are the they are the 6% of gorgeous people who don't care. They don't need to look better because they just want to look better in photos. Would you rather live in a treehouse or live in a floating boathouse? Well, I get seasick on boats. Like, I'm not good with them. So that would just be a constant problem, though I'd probably get used to that after like a week of living on a boat. And when you're living in a treehouse, that sounds really neat. Gonna get electricity, right? Like, they're gonna run wires to my treehouse. But fires are more likely. And bugs are more likely. Spiders and shit crawling in your sheets. I feel like, you could just buy a lot of raid. I'm gonna go with treehouse. I'm in the majority on that one, so good decision. Would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long? Would I be poor the entire time I'm living with the income I have now, which is not much at all. That's like double the bills that you have to deal with, double the financial responsibilities. But if you just win the lottery, if you win that $1 billion Powerball that was going on a while ago, then your life is set, and so are the generations after you. So I think I'd rather have, like, no need for anything and just be able to live it up than to live twice as long constantly working and having all the bills. And then I'm pretty sure all my family members would die. All my friends would die. But you can always make new friends. But still, I'm gonna go with lottery. And, we're all greedy fucks. And we're gonna end it with this one. While getting ready for the day, would you rather never be able to look in the mirror again, or always get dressed in complete darkness? It specifically says mirror, not reflective surfaces. So you can get by, if I just turned off some monitors around me, I could see in the monitor. If I walked by a car, I could look in, like, the shininess of the car. Like, so, it just says mirror. It does not say reflective surfaces, so you'd always have an out. You have a loophole. And getting dressed in darkness, I know that there are people that do that now because I don't give a shit how they look. I don't have a lot of clothes, but I still give a shit how I look. Like, I don't like going to a fast food place unless I'm wearing, like, a polo and jeans my hair did. Like, so I can't do that one. But I'm gonna say never be able to look in the mirror because there are so many outs. given that. You people are crazy! Well, everyone, that was Would You Rather. Link to the website that I played this on is in the description if you'd like to play it yourself. Make sure to leave a rating if you enjoyed this video and my ramblings, my justification for some of these. Leave comments if you thought my justifications were, you know, valid, or if you disagree completely, what your choices would be between the two that you've seen here. And if this is the first video of mine that you've seen, be sure to subscribe for more, including a recent Let's Play I started of Undertale. I'm probably playing it wrong, but you can watch it for yourself. So, thanks again, guys. See you later.